Hi, I'm Melanie Scott, Vice President of Customer Success here at Peakon, and this is Rick Kershaw, who's our CPO. We are really keen to talk to you about the unusual and uncertain times we find ourselves in at the moment, but more importantly, to talk to you about how best to use the Peakon tool during this period. So a couple of tips really. First of all, one, definitely consider increasing your survey frequency. Reason being, it's really useful in terms of having a greater remote workforce to obtain quick, rapid, frequent survey feedback and insights that will allow you to be more agile as a business. Also, it's really key that your employees, wherever they are, feel that they're being heard and listened to. So certainly worth considering, quite an easy thing to change, but have a huge impact. Secondly, encourage your leaders to respond to the feedback more frequently. This might simply just be, clicking I agree or letting the person know who's left the comment that their piece has been seen. But again, it really comes down to making the employee feel more listened to, making them feel valued and cared about in a time where perhaps you're not seeing them face to face. In addition to that, obviously, there are things like more frequent calls and also messaging through tools such as Slack and such like. One thing we've noticed is we've seen a big increase in comments. We're up to about 150 extra comments a day, and that equates to about 106% increase just in March alone. So obviously, Peakon as a tool is really showing its benefit and use during this time. Now, Rick is living and breathing this situation for us, so I'm going to hand over to you to give some thoughts.
Thanks, Mel. What I thought I'd do is just talk to you a little bit about some of the things that we're putting into place with our teams and some of the things that we're actually thinking about right now. So how do we support people best working remotely? So most of our teams now are working remotely, but it doesn't work for everybody, and we have to be a bit considerate of that as we start to think about that this could go on for an extended period of time. Technology is great, it enables people to connect, but we're all social and we're all human, and we like that collaboration and that human interaction. So really thinking about how do we put discipline into how do we approach that virtual working to maybe respect how everyone works, and not everyone is set up perfectly. So to really be sympathetic to the circumstances for everybody in all of your teams as they're working in that remote environment. And secondly, what we've been looking at is really how do we help our managers manage in a remote and disparate environment. A lot of our managers are relatively young and maybe not have that amount of experience where they've managed globally distributed teams. So how can we find the right level of coaching and support that's going to help them and their teams continue to feel engaged and successful during these periods when we're out of the office? Finally, we're looking at how do we really go that extra mile and truly listen to our employees. As the situation continues to unfold, there'll be multiple touch points where people's situations will change, and we have to be sensitive to that and show that we're actively listening and being sympathetic to that. We will have one single source of truth in terms of how we communicate to all of our employees so that we're being consistent in that approach. But really, these are key things for us that we're confident will build trust with our employees and help them stay connected through this period of time.
I mean, it's something we're all going through, right? We're all in this together. Yeah. So it's really important to make sure the employees, customers and partners all feel looked after. And we believe that Peakon is a tool that can help you do that. Again, keeps you connected to your employees and your teams remotely. So take care, and hopefully you'll find this useful.